Once again, top 6 move on. 7, 8, 9 going to have to work their way through the heat, so keep your eyes at 6th position. Winner of this one moves on to the pole for tonight's $6,000 A main. Front row, Van Warmer and Shirley going to bring him down to the green flag. We're racing. Turn 2, leader Brian Shirley. Second spot, Van Warmer, O'Neill. Mark Boyd into the fence a little bit in 3 and 4, keeps it going. 1 lap in the books, your leader Brian Shirley. Good battle for the 3rd spot. Don O'Neill and Darren Miller dicing it for the 3rd position. 18 car Shannon Babb starting to work his way towards the front. This time by 2 laps down. Coming off of turn 2, Van Warmer starting to put some pressure on Shirley in the 3S car. Shannon Babb starting to look at Jimmy Mars a little bit as they going into 3. Young Springfield, Illinois driver Brian Shirley putting a couple of car lengths between him and Jeep. Jeep dives hard into 3. Big run, contact between Van Warmer and Shirley. Shirley gets loose in the infield. Van Warmer, here comes Don O'Neill on the outside. Caution flies for the 28 of Dennis Erb Jr., Carpentersville, Illinois driver. Looping the car off of turn 4. Van Warmer, big slide job on the 3S of Brian Shirley. Contact, those 2 cars get loose, get sideways, stacks the field up off of turn 4. Dennis Erb pretty much a victim, no place to go. Looks like the light is out. Come off the 4, green flag, we're racing. Shirley stretching his length over Jeep, 2-3 car lengths. Keep an eye on O'Neill, the 71. He's starting to work the high side of the speedway down there in turn 2. Here comes the Maliqua missile on the 18. Shannon Babb all the way up to the 4th spot already. Keep your eyes on the red and yellow 18. Shannon starting to move his way towards the front. Starting to put some pressure on Shirley. O'Neill holding down the 3rd spot. Babb up to 4th. Going into turn 3, Shannon Babb starting to close in on Don O'Neill. Don O'Neill getting a good run on the cushion in turn 2. Pulls away from Babb about 5-6 car lengths. They go into 3. Van Warmer putting some pressure on Shirley. Coming down to the start-finish line this time, still going to be Brian Shirley. Starting to stack them up off of turn 2. Shirley, Van Warmer, O'Neill, Babb, all there. Front 4 cars running together. This time by 1 to go, your leader, Brian Shirley. Off of 2, Shirley pushes the front end up a little bit. Van Warmer can't capitalize. O'Neill starting to put some pressure on for the 3rd spot. Babb still holding 4th, coming down to Bobby's checkered flag. Your winner, Brian Shirley. 2nd spot, Jeep Van Warmer. 3rd, Don O'Neill. 4th spot, Shannon Babb. The Iceman, Jimmy Mars, 5th. Darren Miller, 6th. Top 6 cars, the way they finish, move on to tonight's feature. Ryan Dauber, 7th. Erb, 8th. 30, Mark Voigt, 9th. Brian Shirley going to be on the pole for tonight's $6,000 win main event in the Y4 from Delta, Ohio. Ryan Gorey, 9 cars in this first heat race. 10 laps, the distance. Top 4 move on to the feature. Everybody else going to have to work their way through one of the B mains tonight. 2 Illinois drivers on the front row. Second row, Michigan drivers. They come off the 4. Dauber will lead him with the green flag. Field charges down into 1. It's Dauber opening up the 4-car length lead. Rusty Schlink into the 2nd spot. Teddy Loomis, Brian Roman, that's your top 4. Coming off of 4, first lap. Dauber up front. Good battle for the 2nd through 4th spot. Rusty Schlink, Ted Loomis, Brian Roman. All 3 drivers mixing it up for that 2nd spot. Jordan Bland now in the 5th spot in the 12th car. Coming down to the 2nd lap, Ryan Dauber out front. Dauber, Schlink, Ruhlman, Loomis. Jordan Bland had a little look at Loomis coming in off of turn 2. Backs the car up. Coming by this time, 3 down in the book. Young driver Jordan Bland, the Kentucky Achu, trying to work his way around Ted Loomis for that 4th and final transfer spot. Still up front, coming this time, Ryan Dauber. Rusty Schlink, 2nd spot. Caution flies in between turns 3 and 4. St. Joseph, Michigan driver Mark Wagner loops the 78 around. Little extra activity on the back stretch. Looks like 12, Jordan Bland, young Kentucky driver. Got the car crossed up coming off of turn 2. 99, Frank Ekines Jr. involved in that incident back there. Don't know how much damage involved in those 2 cars. 64, Dauber setting a slow pace off of 4. Green flag, we're back to racing. Up front, Ryan Dauber, Schlink shows him away on the inside, pushes the car up. Brian Woolman gets by. Ted Loomis gets by. Schlink challenging for the lead all the way back to the 4th spot. Coming out of 4, Ryan Dauber. Second spot, Brian Ruhlman. Fortunes reversed. It was 1-2 Friday night. Now on Sunday night, Dauber out front. Ruhlman running the high side in the 2nd spot. 3rd spot, Ted Loomis. That time by 6 laps down. Dauber starting to stretch that lead out on Ruhlman a little bit. Loomis and Schlink comfortably in the 3rd and 4th spot. Young driver Jordan Bland holding down that 5th spot. This time by 7 down. Battle starting to heat up for that 3rd spot. Ted Loomis starting to get some pressure from Rusty Schlink in the 91. Coming off at turn 4. Loomis on the bottom. Schlink on the top this time by. Ekines Jr. off to the 5th spot right now. Schlink makes a move on Loomis. Now he's running 3rd. This time by white flag from Bobby Galloway to Ryan Dauber. Charging down the backstretch, half lap left for 64, Ryan Dauber. Ruhlman on the outside, gonna try to make a charge at the stripe. Coming off for 4, Ryan Dauber gonna pick up the 1st heat. Ryan Ruhlman 2nd, Schlink 3rd. Ted Loomis in the 4th spot. Frank Ekines Jr. 5th. He's going to have to go to the B. Jordan Bland 6th. George Lindsay 7th. The Y4, Ryan Gordy, and 78. That's going to be Mark Wagner. That's going to round out your field. 0 car going to be driven by Eric Chant tonight. And Chris Patterson 0, Eric Chant. Looks like the lineup is correct. Dennis Erb, Matt Miller going to bring them down to Bobby Galloway's green flag, this time by top 4. Go to the main. Everybody else going to have to go through the B. Green flag, we're racing. Fields charged down into turn 1. Matt Miller starting to open up a big lead on front row starter Dennis Erb. 1 car, Casey Newton in the 3rd spot. Good battle in the 4th spot. 27, Eric Spangler. 18, Rusty Siebert battling for that 4th and final transfer spot. Out front, Matt Miller really starting to stretch his lead over the 28 of Dennis Erb. Good battle for the 3rd spot between the 1 of Noonan and 18, Siebert. Siebert ducking to the inside and Noonan in 3 and 4. Out front, Matt Miller really starting to check out in this second heat race. Best battle on the track, so 1 car and Noonan in the 18 of Siebert. They battle for that 3rd spot in between Malka, turn 4. Miller really got the car hooked up for this second heat race. Keeps stretching out the lead on the 28, Dennis Erb. This time by 4 laps down. Waterville, Ohio driver Matt Miller really stretching the lead out on Dennis Erb. 1 car, Casey Noonan now comfortably in 3rd. 18, Rusty Siebert starting to slip back a little bit. 27, Eric Spangler starting to close in on that 4th and final transfer spot car. Matt Miller clicking off another lap. 2nd spot still Erb. Matt Miller working his way by the lap car. Ron Wagner off of 4, leading another lap. Dennis Erb comfortably in 2nd. Noonan holding down the 3rd spot. Eric Spangler trying to close in on Rusty Siebert. Caution flies for the 13 car. Covert, Michigan driver J.R. Hodevy contacts the wall up there in turn 4. See the black 13 stopping up on the high side of turn 4. Matt Miller leading the field off of 4. He's on the gas. Green flag, we're racing. Up front, Matt Miller working on stretching out that lead again. Dennis Erb trying to keep in touch with the 7 of Matt Miller as they go through turns 3 and 4. This time by 2 laps to go. Off of turn 2, Matt Miller really starting to stretch that lead out again over Dennis Erb. Noonan holding down 3rd. 18, Rusty Siebert right now comfortably in the 4th spot. This time by, they come to the white flag. 1 lap to go. Matt Miller really starting to put some distance between him and Dennis Erb now as he goes into turn 3. Coming down to the checkered flag, Matt Miller going to pick up your 2nd heat race tonight. Dennis Erb 2nd. Casey Newton 3rd. Rusty Siebert going to hold off a last corner charge with the 27 car Spangler. Siebert going to move on to tonight's feature. Spangler going to have to go through one of those B mains if he wants to make tonight's starting field. 0, Eric Chant. 7, that's going to be Larry Arndt. 77, that's going to be Ron Wagner. That's going to round out tonight's field. J.R. Hodevy off, and also 88, Randy Hauk off the speedway. Looks like 10 cars going to make the call for the final heat race tonight. Illinois driver Mark Voigt inside the front row. Local driver Zach Hansen on the 64. Berkey on the inside of row 2. Another Local here's 34, Alan Voshaska. That's your front 2 row. A couple of Buckeye guys in row 3. Field charges down into turn 1. Mark Voigt, your early leader. Keep your eyes on Berkey working that bottom side. Voigt drives the car hard down into turn 3. Coming off of 4, Voigt still going to lead your first lap this time by. Ryan Burkhofer starting to make his move. He's now in the 2nd spot. Good battle for that 4th spot. Keep your eyes on the 34, Steve Hillard, hard charger from the state of Illinois. He's already up to the 4th spot. Mark Voigt still up front. Berkey trying to chase him down 2nd. 3rd spot, Zach Hansen. Here comes Steve Hillard on the high side in 3 and 4. Hillard all the way up to the 3rd spot now. Voigt holding off Burkhofer. A little bit of surprise. Figure Burkhofer trying to get his way around Voigt. Zach Hansen now in that 4th and final transfer spot. Caution flies for the Seaford, Delaware driver, Matt Hubbard. He brings his car to a stop up there on the top side, turns 3 and 4. Back underway. Chief starter Bobby Galloway letting the field know when they come back by this time, it'll be green flag racing. Your leader, Brian Burkhofer, gonna fire off 4. He's on the gas, green flag, we're racing. Keep your eyes on that 4 spot. Hillard Miller starting to put some pressure on Zach Hansen in the 64. Up front, Burkhofer working the high side this time by. Defiance driver from Ohio, Hillard Miller, got into the 4th spot now, getting around Zach Hansen. Still battling. Hansen to the outside, trying to get in the show tonight, gets around Miller. Those 2 drivers come off a turn 4. Problems for 53, Hillard Miller. Don't know what went wrong with the car. Maybe has a tire going down, might have a flat left rear. 64, Zach Hansen now back in the 4th spot. Up front, Berkey really starting to stretch that lead over the 30 of Voigt. 34 car. Holding down the 3rd spot. 4th spot, Zach Hansen in the 64. Delaware driver Matt Hubbard battling the 34, Alan Voshaska. Burkhofer starting to put pressure, lap down for the 4A, Pat Seidlich. 1 lap to go in the final heat race of the night. Burkhofer sails the car up on the top side in 3 and 4, down to the checker flag. He's going to be your winner, Brian Burkhofer. 2nd spot, going to go to the 30 of Mark Voigt. 34, Steve Hillard, 3rd. 4th, Paw Paw driver Zach Hansen, local driver, locks himself into the show. Little fireworks there at the end of this heat race as Voigt and Pat Seidlich and the 4U get together. Seidlich going for Mr. Toad's wild ride down the front straightaway. Didn't hit anything, that's good to see. Seidlich also driver change in the 77. That's going to be Mark Wagner in the car usually driven by Ron Wagner. Chief starter Bobby Galloway letting the field know this time by they're going to go to green flag racing. Lights out, front row of Heckenist and Miller going to lead them down to the green flag. Coming off of 4, Heckenist fires, green flag, we're racing. Field rolls down into turns 1 and 2. Early leader in the 35, Ron Miller stretching out the lead over Heckenist Jr. Lindsay in 3rd, Chant 4th. Oshaska in the 5th spot. This time by 1 lap down, 11 to go. Up front, Ron Miller, George Lindsay in the 2nd spot. Heckenist falls to 3rd. Keep your eyes on Oshaska in the 34 car, charging his way up to the 4 smart, starting to put pressure on the 99 of Heckenist. Caution flies for the 77 St. Joseph, Michigan driver Mark Wagner. Loops around the 77W car. Tough break for Oshaska in the 34 as Hayden moved into the 3rd spot. Miller on the gas, out of turn 4, green flag, we're racing. Charges down into 1. Oshaska starting to put some pressure on the 49 car, George Lindsay. He wants to work his way in tonight's big event. Off of 4, Ron Miller going to lead another lap. Alan Oshaska makes a move on the inside of George Lindsay. He's now in 2nd spot. Young Charger Alan Oshaska, 1 car away from making it tonight's main event. Miller gets the car a little tight in 3 and 4. Here comes Oshaska. Oshaska all over your leader Ron Miller as they come off of turn 2. Miller puts about a car length between him and Oshaska as they roll into 3. Oshaska working contact front 2. Miller can able to continue on. Oshaska holding down 2nd spot. There goes Oshaska to the outside. He's going to make the pass on Ron Miller as they roll down the backstretch. Miller is moving up on the inside. They go into 3. Oshaska steady on the gas out of 3 and 4. He's going to lead them by this time by. Up front, Alan Oshaska starting to flex his muscles a little bit, pulling away from 2nd place point man Ron Miller. Hillard Miller trying to work by the 0 of Eric Chant. Up front, South Haven, Michigan driver Alan Oshaska. Ron Miller 2nd. That's 1 and 2 here in points at the Speedway. Laps in the book. Oshaska starting to inch away from 35 Miller. George Lindsay holding down 3rd spot. 4th spot, Heckenist Jr. Eric Chant rounds out your top 5. This time by and lap 9 going up on the board. Veteran Ron Miller doing everything he can to keep up with Alan Oshaska, but he's running out of laps this time. 2 to go. Lap and a half away for this one's finish. Oshaska comfortably out front. Miller 2nd, Lindsay 3rd, Heckenist 4th. This time by Chief Starter Bobby, showing him the white flag. Ron Miller starting to tighten up the gap a little bit on Voshaska. Still about 4 car lengths. They go down the backstretch. Miller charging hard on the bottom. They come off of 4. Don't think he's going to have anything for Alan Voshaska. He picks up the win. Ron Miller second. George Lindsay third. Frank Decken is fourth. Eric Chant fifth. Hillard Miller sixth. 77. That's going to be Mark Wagner. He's going to round out the field. Pat Seidlich going to be your 8th place finisher. Put your hands together for South Haven's own 34 hard charger. Alan Voshaska locks himself in tonight's A feature. Good run. Started 5th on the field, worked his way to the front. He's in the show. 71, former track champion here in the modified division. Kurt Spalding. 13 car, J.R. Hodevy not making the call after a contact there in turn 4 in his heat race. So Hodevy not being able to make the call. Front row of Spangler and Bland going to lead him down to the green flag. Off of 4, green flag racing. Field rolls into turn 1s and 2 up front. Eric Spangler. Jordan Bland second. Matt Hubbard, Delaware driver, third. Keep your eyes on the 71, Kurt Spalding. He's starting to make a charge towards the front. One lap in the book. Merritt Speedway track champion Eric Spangler starting to open up the lead a little bit on the 12 car, Jordan Bland. Lap 2 in the book, Spangler out front. Kentucky driver Jordan Bland starting to put a little more pressure on Spangler. Randy Hawk taking the car off the speedway. Spangler really starting to open up the lead a little bit on Bland. Third spot's going to be Matt Hubbard. 71 Kurt Spalding's moved his way up to the 4th spot. Like the 7 car, Larry Arndt off the pace on the front stretch. Out front, it's all Spangler in the 27. 12 car Hubbard starting to put a little pressure on the black 12 of Bland this time by. Hartford driver Kurt Spalding got in the 4th spot, really not moving. Doesn't look real good for him moving up in tonight's feature as Eric Spangler holding on to the lead. Spangler still holding a nice, comfortable lead over the 12 car, Jordan Bland. 7 laps in the book this time by. Former feature winner Eric Spangler, 27, trying to add his name to tonight's starting lineup. 4 more trips around the Hartford Speedway. About 2 miles is all that separates Spangler from locking himself in tonight's A feature. Jordan Bland trying to reel in Spangler. Distance has been about the same over the last few laps. Bland jumping on the bottom side, trying to close the gap. Time by, 2 laps to go for Eric Spangler. Last time he was here, pretty much destroyed that late model crew. Get the car back together. 2 laps away from making the Summer National show here at Hartford. 71, Kurt Spalding starting to put a little pressure on the 12 in of Matt Hubbard. Spalding basically running out of laps as he tries to get used to the O'Neill backup car. Spalding charges hard down into turn 3. This time by a white flag for your leader, Eric Spangler. Spangler leads the field down the backstretch, half track away from moving on to tonight's feature. Bland once again makes a charge on the bottom, closes a little bit up on Spangler. Spangler's going to take the win in the second beat. One spot short bridesmaid tonight. That's going to be the 12 car, Jordan Bland. Third spot, driver from Delaware, Matt Hubbard. Pretty good run for the first time here at Hartford. Fourth spot, 71, Kurt Spalding. The Y4 car, Delta, Ohio driver, Ryan Gorey going to round out your top 5. Sixth spot is going to go to the 17 car, Don Mihelich. So that's our 20 cars for tonight's Summer Nationals A main here at the Hartford Speedway. Lake City driver Eric Spangler moves himself in, winning one of the B mains. This time by Chief Starter Bobby Galloway letting the guys know next time by it's going to be for real. Green flag racing. Strong 21 car field here tonight. Just about anybody in the starting field with a couple of right brakes got a chance to take home the payday. Once again, Brian Shirley on the pole. Jeep Van Warmer to his outside. Don O'Neill in the 71. Shannon Babb, Jimmy Mars, Darren Miller, Ryan Dauber, Matt Miller, Brian Burkhofer, Ruhlman. That's your first 5. Lights out. Business ready to pick up at the Hartford Speedway. Green flag, we're racing. In the book, Brian Shirley, your leader. Jeep Van Warmer second. Don O'Neill holding down the third spot. Field charges down the backstretch, working on lap number 2 this time by. Good battle for the third spot. Don O'Neill, Shannon Babb, door to door as they go into turn 3. Up front, Shirley, Van Warmer, that's the way they run. This time by, laps in the book. Young Brian Shirley stretching out his lead on the backstretch, looking to pick up the biggest win of his career so far. This time by, Don O'Neill in the second spot, Jeep fading back to 3. Shannon Babb starting to put some pressure on Jeep Van Warmer for that third spot. Here comes the real deal. Don O'Neill starting to reel in your leader, Brian Shirley. Drives the car hard down into third 3, takes the top side this time by 6 laps on the board. Shirley, O'Neill, Van Warmer, that's your top 3. 20 cars still in the action. O'Neal charges on the inside. He's going to get by Shirley this time. Don O'Neal, your new leader this time by. Brian Shirley starting to fade. Jeep Van Warmer in the second spot. Birthday boy Don O'Neal up front early on. Don O'Neal starting to stretch it out as they're going to get into lap traffic here in the next few laps. Front, Don O'Neal really cooking down. 20 car lengths on the lead on the backstretch. Getting ready to work lap traffic. This time by 13 laps go up on the board. Diving by Zach Hansen, 3 cars a lap down. Don O'Neal got the car on the rail early on in tonight's Summer National main event. Halfway home for Don O'Neal. Him and Jeep Van Warmer taking off and hiding from the rest of the field. Caution flies on the speedway. First caution of the night. 18, Rusty Seaver, Stanton, Michigan driver. Had the car parked on the bottom side of turn 3. Up front, it's the real deal. Don O'Neill, the birthday boy. Him and Jeep Van Warmer in a 55, a class among themselves. So those two guys have checked out and hid from the rest of the field. Your leader, Don O'Neill, Jeep Van Warmer. Those two, the class of the field tonight. Lights out. O'Neill fires green flag. We're racing. O'Neill starting to put some daylight between him and Van Warmer. More laps left around the big half mile tonight. Don O'Neill really flexing his muscle, getting away from Jeep in the 55. Jimmy Mars third, keep an eye on the 7. Matt Miller all the way up to 4th after that restart. O'Neill, your leader, Jeep 2nd. Jimmy Mars 3rd, Matt Miller 4th. The car dialed in this time by, clicks off lap number 33. Good battle between Shannon Babb and Burkhoffers. A battle going into 3. Caution flies on the speedway. 32, Darren Miller sitting on the backstretch, looking 3. There's a big old Hoosier tire bouncing up in the air. Wonder if they did not get the lug nuts tight on that 32 car. Lineup is correct. 7 laps left in tonight's 40-lap A main. Your man in the point, the 71 car, Don O'Neill, 2nd spot, Jeep Van Warmer. Let's see if they can do anything with the real deal. 7 laps to a green flag. We're racing. O'Neill again starting to put a little distance. Here comes Matt Miller charging for that 3rd spot on the inside of Jimmy Mars. O'Neill, little high off at turn 4 to let Jeep get close up to him on the front stretch. O'Neill back, pulling up 10 car lengths on Van Warmer. This time by 5 laps to go. 5 to go for your leader, Don O'Neill. On cruise control, 4 to go this time by. Really stretching it out now. This time by, going to be 2 laps to go. 1 mile left for Bloomington, Indiana driver Don O'Neill. out of 4. Half-mile left for the birthday boy. $6,000 payday waiting ahead for Don O'Neill. He can hold them off one more lap. Out of 4, you're a winner. Gonna be Don O'Neill picking up the paycheck. Don O'Neill headed to the scales. Make sure it's official. Second place, Jeep Van Warmer. Third spot, Jimmy Mars. Fourth spot, going to be Matt Miller in the 7. Rounding out your top 5. Good run for Brian Shirley in the 3 car. Congratulations, Don. Tonight. Understand it's your birthday today, too.
Pretty good birthday present today, but I want to thank All Star Performance. They're one of our sponsors, and A1 Auto Salvage and Well Picked Berries and Masterbuilt Race Cars and J. Dickens Race Engines, and glad to be here.
Good deal. He did a pretty big trick tonight. Jeep Van Warmer awfully strong here at the Hartford Speedway. Not only did you stop him, but Shannon Babb been on a tear out here on the Summer National. Tell the fans how your 2005 season's been going so far.
It's been going really good. We've been chasing the whole Lucas Oil NARA series, and we're leading the points in it, and we won a few of them races. And we ain't had a very good last couple nights, but we turned it around tonight.
Good deal. Your winner tonight from Bloomington, Indiana. They call him the real deal. He's one of the best in the business. Once again, put your hands together for Don O'Neill.